What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all for coming to the channel. It's Cornez with Too Smart to Be Broke. If you don't know what I talk about here, a lot is pretty much business credit, but business funding. My whole concept for me, my whole goal for me starting this channel was actually to speak about my experience starting a business, getting business credit. And I really wanted to talk about different ways you can make money online, make money with real estate, doing some of these different things that I've been looking into this past year and a half. And I spent a lot of time, I spent a lot of money, and I'm still trying to figure it out, but I figured I'll at least share my experience with you, and hopefully I can help you steer you in the right direction as a catapult you, get you started, you know what I mean? And so you don't necessarily have to go through some of the same things I went through. All right, and we can all build and share with each other, kind of like a community. Each one teach one. So with that being said, some people ask me, what is the best business credit card to get? What is the best credit card to get? Now this question is just depends on you, right? It depends on, do you plan on traveling? Are you plan on getting cashback rewards? What is your purpose with the business? What do you need the funding for? Are you getting the funding for something you need immediately? Are you getting funding for something that you just want to have access to it when you need it? All right. So these are different questions, right? So really quick, and I know for all of you that have been following me, I have to say some things a few times in the videos just for people. It may be their first time here. So if you don't know what business credit is, it is a credit profile that is built with your business. OK, and it actually allows you to actually get capital based on your business. So it's built with an EIN number, an employee identification number, which comes from irs.gov. If you've ever had a job and worked W-2, your employer has when they give you that W-2, has an EIN number on there that identifies them. It's for tax purposes. So you having a business now, you become an employer, or potentially could be an employer. So it's kind of very similar. Anyway, it's a profile that's built on the business because the business is its own entity. So it can build credit. All right. The way I explain this is when you go to a corner store, gas station, people have different words for them. When they drop off Coca-Cola at that grocery store, or at that gas station, the people there are not paying Coca-Cola cash. They're getting invoiced. So that invoice really is credit. Not all places report, your credit to the credit bureau. So knowing how to build it with the correct vendors that will actually report to the credit bureaus that would allow you to populate a business credit profile is essential to you building business credit. Although when you are starting a new business, it is very beneficial to have a credit profile and have multiple good relationships showing that you can do, your business does good business. Your business honors the agreement of credit, debt, making payments and stuff like that. But even when you're starting off, people want to build it like that because they don't want to tie up their social security number with the business, meaning they want it to be separate. But starting off is very challenging nowadays in this algorithm. You're going to need to leverage your good personal credit by PGing, meaning personal guaranteeing. To be a personal guarantor is pretty much you're held liable if the business defaults. It's very similar to co-signing for a vehicle or something. That's what I compare it to. When you co-sign on your girlfriend's or a car, then if she doesn't make her payments, guess who's held responsible? It's a very similar concept. Okay. So with all those things being said, if you're looking to get business funding without connecting your SSN, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's possible. It's just not in abundance. It's just not, you can't get multiple cards. You're not going, it's not as, the information is not as out there. The banks are cutting down on that. All right. So get ahead of it. Just to be aware, it's best to have your personal credit good and be making money so you can actually help your business to make money. You want your business credit profile good, your business to be making money. You know what I mean? If you're still on the individual side of things, the individual needs to be making money and the individual needs to have good credit, you know. It just helps. So keep that in mind. I just don't want people to think just because they're building their business credit profile as a new business and you're not making any money yet, that it's going to be easy to just go out here and get unsecured business credit funding without being a personal guarantor. It's not easy as people make it seem. Oh, just build up your business credit profile. Let me tell you what, if you're in business and you have no credit and you've been kind of making money, kind of struggling, can't scale, okay, that might make sense. If you've been in business 2 or 3 plus years, you're showing that you have, you're actually making profit in your business. You see what I'm saying? It's easier to do that. But when you're fresh, brand new, no profit and loss statements, no financial statements, no 2-3 years tax returns, what are you going to do? You know, so in my opinion, hey, credit can be repaired. Understand me? So why not fix your personal credit and leverage it for something that could change your legacy? And in time, when your business becomes a grown person, you may have to personally guarantee less and less because it's actually working on its own. It's becoming its own thing. You know what I'm saying? So not to rant on that, I just have to tell everybody that comes across my videos now, it's not as easy to get unsecured business funding. So fix your personal credit, 2-3 years plus tax returns, and make money. Hustle, have a job, hustle, make sure your business make money. Do whatever you got to do. I'm just saying, make money, fix your personal credit. Now let's get into the best credit cards and whether personal, whether business. And when I first started, I hit Navy Federal. I hit Chase. I got a Chase Inc. card. People love Chase Inc. And I got a Navy Federal. And if you have anybody that was military in your family, as far as direct family, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, step parents, step grandparents, siblings, brother, sister, definitely go in and check them out if you can. Other than that, I would say go into your local credit unions, your local banks, see what their criteria is. Get on the phone. I made a Google spreadsheet when I first started doing this. Make a Google spreadsheet of all the banks in the area, copy and paste it out of Google. Just sit down one day and call them and put the notes in the Google spreadsheets. Hey, what are your requirements? They may try to send you some stuff. They're going to try to get your email sometimes, try to build relationship with you and upsell you. But that's good. It's just a part of business when you understand that, especially when you start understanding getting leads and following up, depending on what type of business you're in. But anyway, so do that. A lot of them are going to require these 2-3 years tax returns, but the smaller the bank, the better. Some banks are more lenient than others, but I just tell people Navy Federal, because they blessed me and I didn't have to have the 2-3 years tax returns. I just had to have good personal credit, and I won't say mine was decent. Had I did a better job of cleaning up my credit and putting things in place and actually having higher credit limits, because that matters too. If you have good credit but you only have $1,000, $2,000 credit limits, then what you need to do is actually boost your limits, because you don't want to stay in a subpar with your limits. All right. So, some things to do to boost your limits is to get better cards, to get an authorized user on somebody else's account, to ask for credit limit increases, but don't do a credit limit increase if they're going to do a hard inquiry. All right. So you can get secured credit cards, which is secured credit cards that you put money down. Whatever money you put down, that's what the credit limit will revolve around. That's the credit limit that will show up on your credit report, right? So now it'll boost your utilization. But that's not what this video was about. My bad. Let me stay on topic here. Let me go on and show you right here. This is one website. This is very interesting. I'll tell you what, since it's on the screen, I'll talk about it first. Credit boards. This website right here is pretty nice. Click over here on credit pools. Go to creditboards.com. come over here and click on credit pools. And what it allows you to do is see people that have applied for cards, and you get to see what their score was. Did they get approved or denied? What bureau it came from? What state they were in? So perfect example. If I come over here and you know what? Let's just say I want to see Florida. I want to see Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. I want to see if they were both, approved and denied. I'm gonna go 11/06 2008. 2018. Then I'm gonna go 11/06 2019. And what it's gonna do is gonna populate anybody within the past year in Florida that is that has their information on this website to see where they got approved at, where they got denied at. The reason this is a good website because let's see right here. All right. So it shows you right here. City Business American Airlines shows that they pulled from Equifax, right? So that they were approved. Yes, score 734, credit limit 7,000. They FICO 8 score 734. Yeah, FICO 8, FICO 9s and stuff like that. So Lowe's, Synchrony. This sounds like a Synchrony Bank is a gem too, because they actually have Synchrony banks actually have a lot of business cards that you can get, a lot of business net accounts. They have a lot. They build a lot of business relationships. And Lowe's Synchrony is a net account that I have. Lowe's accounts receivable is a net account, meaning you have to pay it back within 30 days or so. The full balance, but it is an unsecured net account you can get if you are interested in building business credit. That is a good card to get. Lowe's account receivable. You do not have to personally guarantee it. But anyway, you can say they got 17,000 applied online, instantly approved for 2K, immediately called and asked for 25K, countered with 17K and accepted. Oh my goodness. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see the power in that? This was last month, people. This was last month. Do you hear me as I'm turning my screen as I'm talking? Wow. I mean, look, that blew my mind right there. If it's honest, but here's the thing. This is very real. There's a couple things. One, if you apply somewhere and get denied, pick up the phone and talk to somebody. Be nice. Ask them some questions and say, ask them if it was if it was me, I said, hey, how you doing? Yeah, this is Cornez. Yeah, I just applied for this Lowe's account, and I seen there was a denial here. I'm sorry. Is there any way that you can pull up the file and take a look at it for me so we can kind of see what's going on? So that's if I got denied, or if I did have a 2K limit, I'm gonna call and say, hey, you know what? I just got approved, and it's showing I got a 2K limit. I'm not understanding here. I have multiple cards that have $10,000-$15,000 balances. Is there any way that we can get this reconsidered, or see if I'm getting an increase? Because I have other cards that are higher than this. And I want to use this card, whether it's for business. And I'll tell them, hey, I have a rehab I need to work on. I was really planning on coming to Lowe's, so on and so forth, whatever. But be nice. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you're talking. It's a couple things that happen. Sometimes they're just that protocol. They can't do anything about you, and they're going to send you a letter. Some people can't help you, and some people aren't aware of what to do. So when you start moving into the matrix and you start to do a lot of business, you get a lot of press back because people are unfamiliar, or they're just not taught. They don't know. They never been asked these type of questions. And so somebody like me, I don't like taking no for an answer. So sometimes, I'm very nice. I try to be very nice, but I can kind of press somebody until I'm like, if it don't feel right, I got to talk to somebody. I might hang up and call somebody else. I might call back 2 or 3 times, until I speak to somebody. And sometimes that work. A lot of times, something like that works. So anyway, I'm not to get caught up on the subject matter too long. That just shows you the power of that. So, man, that is a good nugget right there. When you call, whether you get approved or denied, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, man, what's going on? 2K, Boom, credit limit increase, instant credit limit increase of $15,000. Another thing, when applying for credit places, in the first place, always overshoot. Now that's just my opinion. Overshoot. If I go in now, let me say that like this. Careful at some place like Navy. I think that they don't ask for P&L statements and stuff till you go over maybe 50,000. Do not quote me. Go look it up and verify it for me. It's been a minute. I need to go look it up for myself because it's been a while since I did it. But not long as you stay under 50, they normally don't. That some people don't ask for that stuff. But what meaning if I want a $10,000 credit card and they say, Mr. Purcell, how much are you looking to credit you get? I'm gonna say 30,000. And when they hit me with the 15, I said, man, I only want a 10. So at least you know where you're at with them. And a lot of times I say this too, for credit limit increases. Say you have, say you didn't even recently apply. Say you have a credit card and say it's a Macy's American Express card, for example. If you have a $2,000 limit with American Express and you've been making your payments on time and everything for 2 or 3 years, but your balance hasn't changed, your limit hasn't changed, and you call them and say, hey, can I get a credit limit increase? You say, is it going to be a hard inquiry? They say no. You say, okay, I would like to proceed. Do not do credit limit increases if it's going to be a hard inquiry. If it's going to be a soft inquiry, go ahead, proceed. And they say, how much would you like to increase your limit by? Once again, if I want to increase my limit up to 10, I'm going to tell them 20,000. The worst thing going to do is say no or deny you. But, there's not much harm in that. Now do be careful. Now, if your credit ain't good or you ain't been making your payments on time, this happened to me personally, but I have heard instances where they might shut somebody, just shut the account down for whatever reason. So be mindful of that. So you want to be living the honor, doing the right thing. But if you for sure know your credit is good, for me, the worst thing ever happened to me, man, they just tell me, no, I'm sorry, we couldn't give you an increase at this time. So anyway, that's this site, man. So you can see just from me doing that might have helped somebody out in Florida who think about getting in the real estate game. So, just to go over real quick, it's going to show you the account. It's going to show you the state. It's going to show you the zip code. It's going to show you the credit bureau. It's going to show you the date. It's going to say whether they were approved or denied. It's going to show you their score. It's going to show you their credit limit. And then they're going to have the comments in here. All right. So the next place I want you all to go to is creditcards.com. Okay. I am not affiliated with these sites by any way, not, at least not at this time. I haven't reached out to them or nothing like that. This is just strictly going on me doing some research. All right. Card category right here. All right. You got balance transfers, which I love. Balance transfer is when you can transfer debt from one card to a new credit card. Why would you do that? So say you have a credit card with a high, 20% interest rate, and you got $10,000 and you got 20% interest you're paying on that. But you get this new credit card with 0% interest. So you transfer that $10,000 to the 0% interest card, and now you're not paying the interest on those dollars. The main reason I like balance transfers because that sometimes you use a check to balance transfer. What you can also do is transfer say if I got a new card with a $20,000 limit, I can write a balance transfer check to my checking account, write it to my checking account. That way I can actually have access to the cash to my checking account, and my credit card will just actually receive that balance. So that's a way to pull cash off of your card. So when I'm looking at business credit cards, this is one of the first things I'm looking at. Do I have 0% interest? Do I have balance transfers? Do I have it from anywhere between 6 to 18 months? All right. What I like about this, you got different categories: travel, airline, hotel. And if we just scroll down, it'll show you what excellent score is, good score, fair. And just to be real quick, let's say we'll just click on best credit cards. And then they got the categories up here. You you can filter the categories. All right. So you got Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. What does it say? Good to excellent credit recommended, 670 to 850. So these are giving you some guidelines. I'm not saying it's the all be all, but it's good to know. Oh, this is the guideline. Oh, this is the annual fee. Oh, I got 60,000 points. Click on more details. Okay. Oh, I got annual fee. There's no annual, there's no 0% or nothing like that. No deal on that. But you can say discover it, cash back. See more details. Okay, $0 annual fees. Oh, look, 0% interest for 0 to 14 months. Oh, look, 0% interest on balance transfers for 0 to 14 months. You see what I'm saying? So that means that you can actually transfer $20,000 from a card to your checking account. Use that to make a down payment on a duplex. I'm just saying, get creative with this stuff right here. Oops. Get creative with this stuff right here. You can come up here and you can do a filter. Right? You got all categories. Okay. That ain't got what I was looking for. Okay, you can filter out. You can't necessarily. Oh, they got do business right there. So I just like to go up here and go to business. We'll do that. Make it a little easier on myself. There we go. All right. So when they click on business, it still tells you what credit score you should have recommended. So keep in mind, these cards are for PG purposes. So if you're not looking to personally guarantee, you need to be making some money, point blank, period. Or you got somebody else, an officer or something in the business, or another individual or number that you're looking to personal guarantee. So Chase Inc. business, it lets you know the annual fee. You got an intro bonus of $500. I'm sure they have some type of rule. Oh, look, earn $500 cash back after you spend $3,000 on purchases. Okay. Intro balance transfer. So it does have 0% interest for 12 months, but not on balance transfers. Capital One Spark. I'm not a big fan of Capital One. Fairly easy to get, but they report to personal and business. And if your utilization is too high, it's going to negatively affect your personal. And utilization is not a big deal on business. Business credit is more so about making payments on time. So Inc. Business Cash Credit. Boom. Earn $500. I'm trying to see Capital One Spark. Discover it. Capital One. Blue Business. All right. So boom. 0% interest on balance transfers for 12 months. 0% interest on balance transfer for 12 months. All right. Those are two beneficial websites that you can go to actually get you some information. Just do some research on what's going to work best for you. Like I say, it's all, the algorithms are always changing. Stuff is always going to be different from month to month. There's always going to be different little specials popping up, and they're always going to be doing something different. So if you're interested in getting any credit cards, I suggest that you do that. And keep in mind, there's going to be small banks and stuff that are not necessarily on there. So like I said, hey, if you can get in Navy Federal, cool. If not, it's okay. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, get that Chase. Chase Inc. is a pretty good card. American Express is are decent. It just depends on, hey, what are you doing? What are your goals? What do you need? How much funding do you need? Something that you could do is actually get your credit score pretty good, and you actually go out here and hit multiple places. So you can get an idea of what they're required. Keep your inquiries kind of low. Keep your inquiries under like 4 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep it kind of low. Your inquiries kind of low for at least 6 to 12 months. Don't go out applying for cards and credit cards and stuff like that unless you're trying to actually, it's going to be beneficial to you, right? And you can go out and actually hit 3 or 4 places in one day. So one place give you 20, another place give you 20, another place give you 20, another place give you 20. Next thing you know, you in the game. Or if one place give you 10, one place give you 10, one place give you 10, place give you 10, then cool. Then keep your personal credit good. Wait another 90 days, 6 months, wait another year, ask for credit limit increases. There's different ways you can navigate in it, but I just want to plant a seed to help you go in the right direction, and hopefully I helped you out. So with that being said, thank you for coming to the channel. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you are looking to get business credit monitoring, because you will need it just in case. Look, I went through a fraudulent situation, personal and with business, and if I was a little more attentive, and looking at my I seen it on my business credit report, and I just thought it was because I got a new account. It was because I got a new account, but more importantly, business credit usually doesn't show up until you actually use the account. And I had a balance on it, and I thought maybe that's my limit. No. So it is very important to get business credit monitoring, just the way it is to get personal credit monitoring, because business has more public information and it's easier to obtain and utilize that information fraudulently. So it's best to get ahead of it. And if you want to at least get started for free, it's free, but it is an affiliate link. Hey, for free, I don't see why not. It ain't hurting nobody. You know what I mean? So anyway, that'll be in the link below. If y'all got any questions for me, you already know, drop down in the comments. If you want to get at me on Instagram, Too Smart to Be Broke. I'm not always on there, but I'm active. I keep my phone on me. I'll respond to DMs. Now, hopefully I can answer your question with a quick message. Sometimes people have like a lot to say. If you got a lot to say, you can get me on the phone. We'll do a consultation. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Peace, love. You too smart to be broke.